All right. Friends, fans of the weekend. Don FM, the time has come. Actually worked out just right for me because earlier this week, the Weeknd, Abel posted up what did he do? He changed his profile picture or something. Something hinting at the rollout of the final album of this trilogy. I'm assuming if you're watching this, you probably saw I did After Hours recently, like a month ago or so. So it works out great because this weekend my family's gone. It's just me at the house alone. Plenty of time to record. Wanted to do this, but it's like, with my audience, a lot of people want me to focus on hip hop. But I'm enjoying the weekend. So this is like basically a bonus video. If you are seeing this, I'm going to do the music videos separate. So typically I do music videos Patreon only at the end of these videos. Since he's got a lot, what I'm going to do, just doing the reaction to the album now, today, Saturday, and then tomorrow I will do all the music videos, and that will post to Patreon only because try to get that on YouTube, it's a pain in the ass with the copyright claims on both audio and visual. So that'll be Patreon only, all the music videos, and that'll be tomorrow. But I'm excited. This is a lot of fun for me because I've never been somebody who, basically this is the first time I'm a fan of a massive mainstream pop star. As weird as that might sound, right? I've always been like this metalhead guy and this grunge guy. And, there's plenty of bands that I listen to that are mainstream, of course, but I've never been into pop. I've never crossed over. And I've always been music snob about it. Like, ooh, it's just generic and this and that, all this stupid bullshit. And so it's been cool for me in this journey through hip hop, kind of veering off into the pop lane a little bit now and then and finding out, no, this is cool. This is cool. And, what I really like about The Weeknd is that he pushes these aesthetics. He has these storylines that go through the albums. They're not necessarily the most complicated things you've ever heard of, but that's fine. I love the fact that there's just extra layer on top of the music because to me it makes it so much more enjoyable. There's more to bite into and chew on, it's fun. So anyway, there you go. Yeah, good times. Do I have anything else to say? Oh, okay. So with this album, my understanding, I was told, basically at the end of After Hours, he dies, and now he's in this purgatory. And so I guess the album, he's stuck in traffic listening to the radio, but that's a metaphor for purgatory. I suppose that's what I was told. I don't know how true that is. I have that basic idea in mind, so I'll consider that as I go through. With the music videos for After Hours, I really liked how they played in a different order than the album track does. The track listing is different. And I love how at the end, the final video, I don't remember what song it is, but the final video, he's been reconstructed by the women who are, they get all the plastic surgery and all that other stuff, right? He's essentially reconstructed as this monstrosity version of himself, and he's in the fancy house performing for these awful people that he's talking about in the album. And of course the concept in the album for After Hours, he's getting wrapped up with these people, but he loves the girl, but he's like treating her poorly, and then she leaves, and then he kind of like realizes, oh shit, these people are awful, I want to be with her, but now she's gone. So a lot of little dynamics to play around with and pay attention to, which is cool. So now here's where we are. And I like the cover. The cover feeds into it as well. He's old. Looks a little worn out type of a thing. Anyway, it's cool, man. It's just, I love the fact that he has this aesthetic that goes with it. These little story arcs and stuff. It makes it so much more fun. All right. Well, 16 tracks, 52 minutes. Pretty quick little run. Looks like the longest song is about 5.5 minutes. The others are about 3-ish average on average. There's a 4.5 in there. Let's get started. Don FM getting prepped for the new album that will probably be coming, I assume, during the summer. I mean, that's a big span for new releases is the summer months. Track 1 is called Don FM. It's about 1.5 minutes. Producers are Max Martin, Oscar Holter, The Weeknd, and One O Tricks Point Never. I don't know. If I say it fast, it comes out right. If I read it, I'll screw it up. All right, here we go. Let's drop in. This is 1.5 minutes. Looks like it's just like this little prep thing. Jim Carrey. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll let it roll into Gasoline, which is track 2, which looks like the same producers. Oh, Matt Con's in there too. Okay. All right, here we go. First time listening, Dawn FM, drop it in track 1. Spacey 80s.
Scared? Don't worry. We'll be there to hold your hand and guide you through this painless transition. And what's the rush? Just relax and enjoy another hour of commercial-free music on 103.5 Dawn FM.
Ah, that was cool, the whole free yourself. Jumps right into Gasoline. Let it roll. We'll let it roll. There's a little bit to talk to on that first track, but let's let it roll. Gasoline, track 2. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's 5 a.m. my time again. I've soaken up the
Oh, Trippy's voice.
It's 5 a.m. my time again. I'm calling and you know it's me.
Oh, wow.
Myself further, I'm just trying to feel my heartbeat beat.
I love that.
I wrap my hands around your neck. You love it when I always squeeze. I'm dozing off to REM. I'm trying not to lose my faith.
Lose my faith. Lose my religion is a very popular REM song.
You spin me around so I can breathe. It's only safe for you and me.
Great start. Great start. I love the little intro thing. That was so cool. I love the beat. Like there's just cool little sounds. And then I liked how he was doing his voice. God, I can't think of the artist. I'm not super strong on the 80s and the artist, but fuck. Who is it? Like Depeche Mode. There's another one. Was it like Tears for Fears or something? But basically these artists from the 80s kind of had that tone in their vocals like he's doing now. So it feels like a huge throwback to that. Huge throwback. Let's finish the song and we'll talk about lyrics from the first 2 tracks here. This is fucking sounded great though. Super good sound.
It's 5 a.m. I'm nihilist. I know
yeah, this is cool.
After this. Obsessing over aftermath, apocalypse and hopelessness.
I like those little fat wow.
I love it when you watch me sleep. You spin me around so I can breathe.
God, this is just like super catchy too. It's so easy to listen to.
I know you won't let me OD. It don't mean much to me.
Another thing I was told about with this album is the transitions. So I'm gonna pause there. There's about 15 seconds left. I'll pause there. I'll try and pause before the song ends and then roll with transition into the next track. Somebody said try and catch the transition, so I'll try and leave that intact. Okay, all right. Let's go through this a little bit here. This part I do alone. I'll take my lead on this road. I need something to hold. Make believe and make believes. So this is post after hours. The girl is gone. He wants her back. He realizes all that shit. But he's also, something that was fascinating too about the After Hours album was, I don't remember the track before. Is it before Blinding Lights? There's a track where he's going through and then at the end, the sound kind of empties out and you can hear a bunch of sirens and stuff. It's almost like he's like in a car crash or something. You know, there's a theme in that album about going back and forth from LA to Vegas on the road and stuff. And, you know, if there's no traffic, which is never, but if there's no traffic, LA to Vegas is actually a fairly short drive, a couple hours. So it's back and forth to Vegas. And then it seems like there's a car crash or something like that. There's a bunch of emergency response. And then it drops into Blinding Lights. And I took that at that point as like, oh, is this where he died? But no, that's not it. Anyway, I don't even know why I got onto that. I didn't know why I got onto that. But basically, at some point, he has died, essentially. And maybe it's like more of a spiritual death with if you think about the music videos and him essentially turning into this monstrosity of a person that he identifies as these people like down in LA and shit. I have totally lost my train of thought. I'm trying to make it look like I haven't. Anyway, make me believe in make believes. So, you know, okay, so there's that right there. Because after the light, is it dark? Is it dark all alone? So he's in the dark. We've got this Jim Carrey bit. You've been in the dark for way too long. It's time to walk into the light. And so this is probably the whole concept of being in purgatory. Like you have died. You're in the dark. It's time for you to move on to the afterlife type of thing. But it's also kind of a metaphor. Well, I mean, obviously it's a metaphor, but I'm trying to fold two metaphors together. The idea of him as a person dying and being reconstructed into this Frankenstein version of himself, and dying and being in purgatory and all this other stuff. If you accept your fate with open arms. If you're scared, don't worry. We'll be there to hold your hand and guide you through this painless transition. And I loved how it's just relax and enjoy another hour of commercial free yourself music. You know, they squeeze in the free yourself there. And then in here, there's some cool lines. 5 a.m. I'm soaking up the moon, can't sleep. I'm calling you know it's me. I'm pushing myself further, trying to feel my heartbeat beat. I wrap my hands around your neck. You love it when I squeeze. I've fallen into emptiness. I want you because we're both insane. I'm staring into the abyss, looking at myself again, dozing up to REM, trying not to lose my faith. So REM, Rapid Eye Movement, but also a band, and they have a song called Losing My Religion, which is an excellent song. I love it when you watch me sleep. You spin me around so I can breathe. It's only safe for you and me. I know you won't let me OD. If I finally die in peace, wrap my body in these sheets, pour out the gasoline. It doesn't mean much to me. I want to click on this because does that mean like burn the body? Yeah, just burn the body. Yeah, okay. All right. Around and around, around we go in this game called life. We're not free. Which is true. Even with freedom, we are not free. We're bound by all kinds of physical limitations, intellectual limitations. Like, you know, no one is free to say, okay, I'm a dolphin now, and just go be a dolphin. Nope. Can't do it. We're not free. We're in a box. But I won't dive into that. Mostly because everything I would say is so painfully obvious. Okay. Basically what's happening here, I'm way too excited. I've tried to like put all these pieces together. It's literally been 5 minutes of music. So just let's move on to track 3, which is called How Do I Make You Love Me? Oscar Halter, Matt Cone, Swedish House Mafia, Max Martin, The Weeknd. One on Tricks Point Never, which sounds like a radio station in itself. Track 3, How Do I Make You Love Me? Here we go. God, dude, like, another thing that's so funny about this for me is I was never like an 80s fan. I'm loving it. Unpacking thoughts through tunnels in your mind. I fix your mushroom tea and cross the restless sea. Release yourself to escape reality. It doesn't faze you. I need a breakthrough. I only want what's right in front of me. It's wow. Seeking approval, begging for it desperately. Oh, fucking jamming on the keyboard. Oh, this is crazy. Nah. I love those bass lines in the back too.
I can see the real you, girl. You don't have to hide. Forget about what your daddy said. I'll teach you.
I love how they just keep that half drum beat in there.
It made you cold inside, but I can light you up again like embers of a fire. I say,
This is great. This is great. This is a banger right here, man. I love the little keyboard. How much that adds to the beat. You know, if this is purgatory, sign me the fuck up. Please. You know what I just realized, too? I said I was going to do the transition, and then I never finished playing the end of Gasoline. Oops. I just now realized that. I'm so accustomed to playing the next track. This is great. Oh my God. This is super catchy. Super. I wish you guys could. I need like a foot cam because it looks like I'm playing the double bass of the drums right now with my feet. I'm just fucking just going like this, man. I'm going crazy. This is cool. I was also thinking I need to take my brain and come down a notch because I'm so like worked up and excited about, oh, let's dig into the story. But I have to remember too that with After Hours, it was pretty straightforward. And I honestly, with After Hours, I felt like sometimes it took a little longer to kind of progress through than I wanted it to. And so I have to remember with The Weeknd, he gives it to you in nice digestible chunks, you know, in terms of the story. So this is pretty straightforward, you know. And what's cool too is he manages to tell these stories in these pop songs that are, you know, very straightforward on lyrics. But he just slowly but surely advances the theme of what he's talking about too. And so it's subtle because you can listen to each song individually and be like, oh yeah, this is a great song. It has nothing to do with a story or an album arc or all this other stuff. They can all exist on their own, but when you put them together, they do create that line. And so I like that. I like how he does that. It's a nice balance. This is great. God, this song sounds so good. Let's finish this one up. There's about a minute left. Sounds like I managed to pause it right during a great beat breakdown. It's a skill, y'all, I tell you. It sounds like it's gonna roll into Take My Breath. So we'll let it roll into Take My Breath. Which is, let's go to the next one. So, yeah, let it roll into Take My Breath. Oh yeah, okay, there's a beat change. Yeah, very cool, very cool. That was a great transition. Yeah. Yeah. That was like seamless.
take my breath.
Another banger. Another banger. Oh, I like that deeper rumble underneath everything. Nice. We're just letting this roll. Oh, this is the longest track off the album. Yeah, okay. They're really giving the song room here. I'm sitting here thinking, you know, After Hours was great. This is fucking phenomenal so far. Can he actually like round out the trilogy without the third album being a disappointment? Like, is that possible? He has the ability. It's not like a lack of faith on my part in him, but you guys, man, sometimes these artists, man, they just put out good shit, good shit, good shit, good shit. It's like, how can they keep getting better? Then at some point you go, well, oh, you know, this album was only excellent, not like supremely the best thing I've ever heard in my life. Oh, what a letdown. It's only excellent. Like, I'm really curious and excited to see how he follows up all of this with this next album that's coming. Because this is fucking fun. Let's shut up and listen. God.
I saw the fire in your eyes.
Oh, God.
I saw the fire when I look into your eyes. You tell me
These little subtle keyboard notes.
I know temptation is the devil in disguise. Her fantasy is okay with
They bring that deeper note.
Baby says, take my breath.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Take my breath.
Yeah. Jesus.
Want me to hold on to your time.
Oh God. You guys, I can't. So when I was setting up, I was looking and I was like, oh, interesting. You know, if you look at After Hours, there's a couple songs on there that have billions of streams, right? Billions. And a lot of them with several 100 million, whatever. It's like, and I was looking at this one because this is 2.5 years old already, if you can believe that. According to Spotify, this was January 6th of 22. So it's, you know, it's a 30-month old album. And I was like, huh, there's not as many streams on this one. Interesting. I wonder if people weren't into it as much or whatever. So I was kind of like, oh, okay. And you know what? Maybe I don't know. Maybe the Weeknd fans aren't totally into it. I fucking love this. Like I think this is better than After Hours so far. I love this. I like how I was thinking earlier. I was thinking earlier how this feels like the musical version of, like, in the video game industry, there's all these remasters, right? They take these old classic games and they remaster them and resell them and stuff, which makes sense. But it's also great just as a gamer because it's like, sometimes you love those older games, but you know, maybe you don't have that system anymore. It's just not available anymore, or you put it on and it's like, Christ, this looks awful. Like I've always been a huge Diablo 2 fan, and I stopped playing Diablo 2 because it just, my eyes just wanted to melt out of my head. It's just like, this is so hard to look at. So when they did the remaster, I was like, oh, this is fantastic. This feels like taking some great 80s albums, songs, hits, whatever, and remastering them, like modernizing, but keeping everything intact, what made them so good. The sound is so rich, and the beats are catchy. It's just fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal, man. Like, this is crazy. I'm having so much fun. Oh, shit. All right, let's keep rolling. This is fantastic. I'll probably talk about lyrics after this one. I don't even think I talked about lyrics on the other one. Pretty straightforward. How to Make You Love Me. I mean, there's not a whole lot on that one, right? I think, yeah. Maybe I'll glance over it as we pause at the end of this. We'll finish this one up there. A couple minutes left. This like build to the chorus. Oh fuck, it's so good. And then nice. I like how they kind of paused on the beat drop there. Oh, suspension. Oh. Part of me wants to just like Night at the Roxbury. How do they do it? But oh yeah, that shit. I love that deep bass note that's in the background. Right there. God. Ah, it's just so rich. Oh, okay. Drops back in. Nice. God, dude, this is so fucking good. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, cool. God damn, that was super catchy. Super catchy. And that's not even the most streamed one. Like, apparently there's songs that are bigger hits. I don't know how the fuck that's possible. That's not possible, you guys. It's over. That's the best one. It can't be better than that. God damn, dude. I was almost like busted out the John Travolta fucking Saturday Night Fever shit. Like, that was crazy catchy. Oh my God, dude. Like, I feel silly. I feel like I shouldn't be having this much fun sitting here listening to music. This is crazy. God damn, that was so good. Oh, I love too how like the first minute and a half they're just building into the song. I love that. I love that. I love it when artists, musicians just take their time. Play. That's the whole point of music, right? Play. Not hurry up and get to the end. Play. Okay, we're going to glance over How Do I Make You Love Me lyrics and then Take My Breath lyrics real quick. Well, real quick, right? Like a quick 9 minutes or so. Going back in time, like to see you try unpacking thoughts through tunnels in your mind. I'll fix you mushroom tea and cross the relentless sea. Release yourself to escape reality. Doesn't faze you. I need a breakthrough. I only want what's right in front of me. I feel like that's kind of a callback to the previous album where he's always been distracted by these LA girls and all that shit, cheating on this girl. It's quite unusual, seeking approval, begging for it desperately. How do I make you love me, fall for me, want me, make it last eternally? Sure. Which is a pretty, I mean, it's kind of sad, unfortunately, but it's probably a fairly common question, right? Like, how do I make this person want me? Because that's a tough situation to be in. When you have feelings for somebody, you really care about them, but they just not into you. Especially if it's your fault. Maybe they were into you and then you broke their heart. Hence the situation that we're in with this album theme. Tough one. I can see the real you. You don't have to hide it. Forget about what your daddy said. I'll teach you how to shine. Kind of an interesting line right there. Like maybe at surface level, I just take it as, yeah, her father saying, stay away from him type of a thing. But I mean, there could be more. I don't know. And all the things you tolerated make you cold inside. See, I think that is a callback to what he was doing, cheating on her. But I can light you up again like the embers, like a fire. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Okay, pretty straightforward. Then we get into Take My Breath. I saw the fire in your eyes. Saw the fire when I look into your eyes. Tell me things you want to try. No, temptation is the devil in disguise. Risk it all to feel alive. You're offering yourself to me like sacrifice. You said you do this all the time. Tell me you love me. So I wonder if this is him being in another situation of temptation. I mean, he's talking about temptation. He sees fire in her eyes, which you could kind of, relate to like the devil, right? But you're offering yourself to me like a sacrifice. You said you do this all the time. So maybe this is just another stripper or something like that. Tell me you love me if I bring you to the light. It's interesting. It's like a dream when she feels me. She loves to be on the edge. Her fantasy is okay with me. Then suddenly baby says, take my breath away. Make it last forever. Do it now or never. Huh. Yeah, I wonder who this is. My inclination, the impression I'm getting is this is not his love interest, but this is another, I'll just say stripper or dancer, who knows what. Another tempting. I need to identify the characters. We have the main love interest who he's trying to get back, and then all of the temptresses. Ooh, that's always been a great word. I've always loved that word, the temptresses. So we'll say this is a temptress here, not the love interest. Want me to hold you tight? You pull me closer, feel the heat between your thighs. Oh my, oh my. You're way too young to end your life. I don't want to be the one who pays the price. That line is interesting to me. That stood out. It's a dream, on the edge, fantasy, take my breath. This part was really good too, lyrically. Ooh, ooh, ooh. God, you guys, this is fucking cool, man. I'm having a lot of fun. A lot of fun for all the reasons I've described, but I mean, again, to sit down and enjoy, I don't know how they define pop, but I mean, I'm going to assume The Weeknd is a huge pop star. To do that. Like, this is kind of the first time in my life I've just ever really sat down and enjoyed pop and allowed myself to do that. You can still learn new tricks, even as an old dog. You can learn new tricks. Okay, track 5 is called Sacrifice. which is interesting given the lyrics of "She lays herself down like a sacrifice." So maybe this is a continuation of some of the themes from the previous song. Producers are Oscar Holter, Weeknd, Max Martin, Swedish House Mafia. Drop it in track 5, Sacrifice. Oh, funky. Like digital funk.
Where the winter nights don't ever sleep. So this life's always with me.
These motherfuckers, man, they make great music. They're really good at doing this shit. Oh, interesting. He's got a different tone on his voice again. Nice hit here. Just good, rich sound again. Interesting that they clipped the ooh. Kind of interesting there. Good sound, good beat. Gonna pause here. So there's like 50 seconds left. Well, I'll let it run into the next track from here. But I want to touch on some of these lyrics. Born in the city where the winter nights don't ever sleep. Oh yeah. So this life is always with me. The ice inside my veins will never bleed. Okay. Interesting, because I feel like this is a cool example of wrestling with who he actually is, which feels like right there. The winter nights never sleep. This life's always with me. The ice inside my veins will never bleed. I feel like that's kind of who he is versus who he wants to be, which is a person that will not be that, obviously, but also a person who will be probably, I suppose, warmer, more loving, and caring for his love interest, who he would like to win back. But then you get into this verse 2. Every time you try to fix me, I know you'll never find that missing piece. When you cry and say you miss me, I lie and tell you that I'll never leave. But I sacrificed your love for one more of the night. I try to put up a fight. Can't tie you down. I feel like what's being said here is, and then he goes into, I don't want to sacrifice for your love. I try, but I don't want to sacrifice. So I think this is the wrestling of just temptation again. And so I think he's with the temptresses again. They're trying to fix him, but maybe in trying to fix him, they're trying to fix themselves, which is why he's saying you'll never find that missing piece. When you cry and say you miss me, I lie and say that I'll never leave, but I sacrificed your love for more of the night. Maybe not. Maybe he is talking about her, the actual love interest. Let's see here. Let's stop. With this verse, Weeknd calls back to his Kissland song adaptation, in which he mentions something very similar. I made a trade, gave away our days for a little fame. Under the logic of sacrifice, Abel is giving away this girl's love in exchange for more fun, more fame. This could be an analogy of his career. Sure. I think so too. I agree with that general idea. He's trying to put up a fight, but he doesn't want to be tied down. But he still loves her. So it's just this battle, this wrestling between these two sides of him. Verse 3, I hold you through the toughest parts when you feel like it's the end, because life is still worth living. I can break you down and pick you up and fuck like we are friends, but don't be catching feelings. So maybe he and the love interest are coming back together? I don't know. Here's another note. A reference to a 2018 song, Wasted Times, from his EP, My Dear Melancholy, where he reminisces of ex-girlfriend. Because I ain't got no business catching feelings anyway. Okay. Although there are no rumors this time about Abel and Belly getting back to this because the Weeknd being the Weeknd. Yeah, sure. I wonder if this section is him. Maybe he and the... When I say all this stuff too, I mean characters in the album. I don't mean the Weeknd as the person. I don't mean in his real life. I mean in the context, the theme of an album. And that's it. All fiction. So maybe he and the love interest, maybe they're kind of reuniting a little bit. Maybe they never really completely broke apart. Maybe they stayed in contact the whole time. And so maybe there's some back and forth. Maybe there's like some reconstruction of the relationship, but he doesn't want to be tied down still. He still has these ice in his veins. And a lot of it because of the life that he lives. I don't know. Okay, there's about a minute left. We'll finish Sacrifice, and we'll see if it rolls into track 6, which is called A Tale by Quincy, which is only a minute and a half. So let's finish this one up. Yeah. Good shit. This beat, this core beat is so funky. Not trippy. Just jumps right into it. Okay. Who is Quincy Jones again? I should know this. I don't remember who Quincy Jones is.
That's it. Looking back now, I didn't know what it was supposed to be. And it's like raising kids, man. If you weren't raised, you don't know how to raise, you know? I just did the best thing I could with them because they know fucking well I loved them. But I did to do the best I could. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I didn't. I will never forget watching my mother get put in a straitjacket and taken out of my home when I was only 7 years old.
Oh, Jesus.
She was diagnosed with dementia precox and put in a mental institution, leaving my daddy along with me and my little brother Lloyd. Part of that was vindictive and partially based on fear. But it was also totally subconscious. Looking back is a bitch, isn't it?
I'm going to pause right there real quick. First of all, I want to open this link for Quincy Jones. Isn't he like the legendary producer guy? Yeah, Michael Jackson, Sinatra. Okay, that's what I thought. I wasn't positive, but yeah, okay. So I'm at least somewhat familiar with him. This is nuts. His mom getting taken away. This is nuts. So I haven't listened to Starboy. I clicked on the annotation. You guys can't see it on the screen, but this first section here, it says Quincy growing up without a mother is parallel to Abel's experience growing up fatherless. So there's that. Quincy Jones, that's just talking about his mom. Here's a quote from Quincy Jones. Or actually, it says Jones's father remarried in 1940 to Elvira Jones, I suppose. He later recalled on that experience. And my stepmother was like in the movie Precious. I couldn't handle it. So I said to myself, I don't have a mother. I don't need one. I'm going to let music be my mother. So, like, this is all standalone, clearly, right? Like, it feels like a standalone when you just drop in. But let's try and consider the context of the album, the context of the story being told. We just got off of this song where he's really wrestling with who he is. There's two sides. There's the cold veins, and I don't want to settle down. I don't want to be tied down. I love my time. But then there's the other one of, how do I make you love me? How do I win you back? All that kind of shit, right? So this seemingly just kind of, I shouldn't say it's random. It's not random, right? But Quincy Jones talking about his life and how it affected, his mom being taken away, how that affected him, clearly has a contextual role in this album. So, I wonder if he's saying this, especially the final line. Looking back is a bitch, isn't it? It's something that the Weeknd, as far as I can tell, something the Weeknd does pretty well. It seems like as he takes what he's wrestling with in life, in his own life, and like converts it into artistic expression, makes a story out of it and all this other stuff. And it feels like that whole process is his own like therapeutic exercise. I don't know if he goes to therapy. I don't know. Hopefully he has people he can talk to like professionally too. But either way, working through this shit, he doing it musically, he does a pretty incredible job, in my opinion, from a very obviously outside observation point. That final bit though, looking back is a bitch. Looking back is a bitch, because as you grow older and you learn more about yourself and you understand things a little better and you start to realize why you do certain things and why you make these weird decisions or whatever, and then you have that knowledge and then you look back at some of the shit that you did, you went, oh, God, oh, really wish I wouldn't have done that. You know, I wish I knew now. Or I wish I knew then what I knew now. So I didn't know that he was fatherless, or maybe I did know that, but I forgot. Right? I forget a lot of shit. I learn a lot of shit and then I dump it all out. My brain can only hold so much. I've got about 4 megabits of memory in my brain, roughly. So this, to me, this is just like a key piece of the Weeknd saying, I'm really trying to figure out who the fuck I am, and I'm really trying to figure out why I do the things that I do. So there we go. There's that. Pretty long-winded explanation for something so simple that you guys already knew. We go to track 7, which is called Out of Time. Producers Max Martin, Oscar Holter, The Weeknd, 102 Tricks Point Never. Dude, these fucking producers are killing it. They're just killing it. Oh my God. This looks like a pretty big one. 450 million streams. Dropping in track 7, Out of Time. Oh, fucking 80s chill jam, y'all. Oh, and even got the little burp on the bass.
I've been working on me, baby.
Yeah, okay. This makes sense.
There's so much trauma in my life. I've been so cold to the ones who love me, baby. I look back now and I realize.
Huh. Is this like a keyboard supporting the vocals?
Remember when I held you? You begged me with your drowning eyes to stay.
Begged me with your drowning eyes.
Now I can't keep you from loving him. You made up your mind. Say I love you, girl, but I'm out of time. Say I'm there for you, but I'm out of time.
I was saying earlier how he does a great job of taking the storyline elements and just lightly putting them into each song so the songs can stand alone and just be their own thing, but then they also serve the role of the story through the album. And this is like a perfect example of that. This song by itself, easily a love song, a kind of a heartbreaking song that anybody could put on. It relates to them. The lyrics are straightforward. You can just tie it up to your own life however you want, very easily. Right? Because there's remorse and I'm out of time and you love this other person and right? But it's got the role in the album, clearly, especially after that little spoken word bit. So this is a great example of that. Great example. And I also want to specifically point out, I love it when people, I don't know if this is a phrase, but I call it burp the bass when they go burp. I love it. I love it when they do that shit. I love that sound. It's a burp. Anyway, let's keep going. Cool song. Good sound.
You begged me with your drowning eyes to stay.
Drowning eyes is such a great description.
I didn't tell you. Now I can't keep you from loving him. You made up your mind. Say I love you, girl, but I'm out of time.
That's great, right there.
Say I'm there for you, but I'm out of time.
Kind of like how it's winding down a bit.
Don't you dare touch that dial, because like the song says, you are out of time. You're almost there, but don't panic. There's still more music to come before you're completely engulfed in the blissful embrace of that little light you see in the distance.
Ha. Ha. I do like this bit, you know, like the song says, you are out of time. You're almost there, but don't panic. But if you're out of time, isn't that often a cause for panic in our lives? If we're almost out of time, we're running late, we're behind, we got to get to the place where, that is a sense of panic, a source of panic, of not having enough time. There's just something about that where it just takes everything and kind of twists it around a bit, kind of like turning the knife, you know? Say I love you, girl, but I'm out of time. I'm there for you, but I'm out of time. I'll care for you. I'm too late to make you mine. You begged me with your drowning eyes to stay. Great line. And I regret I didn't tell you. Good song, man. I mean, good. Especially just like as a standalone experience. Good song. Just anybody who's kind of going through the feels, man, with a relationship, oh my God, they're going to connect with this one for sure. And another thing I like about it too is it's not too mopey. It's not all, I mean, there's a place for that, obviously, and a time for that. But this was a little bit, you're still sad, but I feel like it's like you've begun to move on. You're still sad. You still love that person. You still miss that person, but you're not just like, you know, never getting out of bed, not taking a shower, dragging yourself around, all depressed about it. You know, you've moved on a little bit. It has a little bit of life and energy to it still. You're almost there, don't panic, before you become completely engulfed in the blissful embrace of that little light you see in the distance. Soon you'll be healed, forgiven, and refreshed. But the way it's being presented is so great because the words are great, right? Like the words sound positive, you know, you'll be forgiven, healed, refreshed, free from all trauma, pain, and guilt and shame. But the presentation is kind of horrifying, right? Like it's like a purge. It's not a release. It just doesn't sound like a release. It sounds like a purge, which usually ain't that great. Let's move on to track 8, which was called Here We Go Again. Again. Well, I like that. Here we go. Again. There's a bit of a pause there with the ellipses. Featuring Tyler, the Creator, who I really enjoy. I like him too. Charlie Coffeen, Brian Kennedy, Benny Bach, The Weeknd, Bruce Johnson, Rex Kudo. So there's a lot of different producers for this track. I wonder if Tyler brought them in or who knows. Who knows? We'll drop 8. Drop 8. Dropping in track 8. Here we go again.
When my kinfolk front page of the billboard, suit and tie, cigar smokes, Macallan shots till it burned throats. Still celebrating Super Bowl. Catalog looking legendary, ring froze like it's February. EXO, that's a mercenary. A quarter bill on an off year.
Quarter bill on an off
now
year.
We cruising on the yacht, we clear. Yeah, said you wanted your with a couple pics, and you didn't expect to fall for me once you got this deal. Told myself that I never fall, but here we go again. Ooh. Here we go again. Life's a dream, 'cause it's never what it seems. But you'd rather love and lost with tears than never love at all. So here we go.
I love everything that's happening in terms of the lyrics, right? He's falling in love again. Here we go again. Movie star, all this. I love the opening section talking about all of his wins. I love that on this song he's brought in Tyler, the Creator. I've said before, it's been a while since I've done a Tyler reaction. Hopefully there's one coming this summer. But Tyler, the Creator, loves falling in love. That guy falls in love like nobody else all the time. He falls in love so much he makes albums, Igor, making fun of himself about falling in love. Like, so I love that he's here on this track. It's fucking perfect. Perfect.
Although this love is strong to me, some things can change, go wrong with me. We don't know how it's going to be. Forever is too long to me. We don't need the government involved because we like to touch. We don't need no damn religion telling us that we in love. But if we did crash down the road, spending lawyer fees up, pending pad gon' save my ass if these feelings freeze up. You gon' sign this prenup. You gon' sign this prenup. You gon' sign this prenup. You gon' sign this prenup.
We'll pause there. I feel like there's lots of little subtle things here. First of all, I love how this opening verse is him just cracking off wins, talking about his life. Suit and tie, cigar smokes, Macallan's shot till it burns throats. Still celebrating the Super Bowl because he performed the Super Bowl, right? Right? Yeah. Catalog looking legendary. Ring froze like it's February. A quarter bill in an off year. So a slow year for him is 250 mil. That's wild to me. That's almost $1 million a day on a slow year. That's fucking wild. Let's see though. My new girl, she's a movie star. I love to write, make her scream like Neve Campbell. Obviously, the movie series, the Scream movie series. Make her laugh. Swear it cures my depressing thoughts. That's an important section right there. Here, because it's called Here We Go Again. And what does that mean? Like on the surface, it means, oh, he's falling in love again. But no. He doesn't fall in love. He falls into these cycles. He falls for this people, but we still haven't solved the problem that breaks these love interests, right? We still haven't solved this portion of him that's the ice in his veins that never bleeds. The portion of him that's still swallowed up by temptation. The portion that leads him to make these decisions that breaks the heart of the person he falls in love with. So here we go again, while on the surface it sounds great and nice and oh yay, we're winning, we're up, right? And the whole track starts with that. We're all these different wins and now I'm falling in love again and all this. But there's still that monster back there. So here we go again is this the start of another cycle? In the previous track too, was it this one? For working on me, baby, there's so much trauma in my life, so cold. But then obviously the Quincy Jones thing too. Gotta identify these things that are causing him to break these relationships. And that has not happened yet. So, yay, we're happy. Yay, we're in love. But is it just the setup again for more heartbreak? And the chorus, life's a dream. It's never what it seems. You'd rather love and lost with tears than never love at all. That's a hint at what's coming. I know this is going to lead to more heartbreak. I'm falling in love again. Here we go again. But I'd rather love and lost with tears than never love at all. So he knows this cycle is coming. This is fun. God, this is fun. Track 9 is called Best Friends. That sounds dangerous. Oscar Holter, Max Martin, Matt Cohn, 106 Point Never, The Weeknd, and Dahila. So most of the same producers, with a couple more in there. I think it actually started playing a half a second. Dropping in track 9, Best Friends. Beefy notes. Oh. He does that best. I love that when he does that shit. He's the best at that.
Of my best friend now. Oh, I don't want to be responsible for your heart if we fall. 'Cause I'll get clumsy and tear it apart. I love you so, but we can't get close. You're my best friend now. You're my best friend now. Sex as friends no more. You don't wanna have sex as friends no more.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Friends no more. Ooh, friends no more.
This is a good, beefy, kind of a hammering beat. I like it.
Oh, what we got, baby, what we got is secure, been apart.
Oh, it's only 45 seconds. I'll let it finish.
It tore us apart. Things you want us. You're my best friend now.
Okay, I'll pause there. It sounds like the sound's going to keep rolling rather than the track stopping. So the inclination I'm getting is the previous track talking about, oh, I've got a new love. She's a movie star now. I'm in love. Like, you know, kind of. Although I don't know if he specifically said he's in love. My new girl, she's a movie star. I loved her right. Made her scream. Want to make her laugh. Swear it cures my depressing thoughts. She's a movie star. Told myself I'd never fall again, but here we go. Okay, so he doesn't explicitly say that he's in love with his new girl. And I bring that up because this sex as friends no more, I feel like, is this the original love interest? Is this the original love interest who they split apart? Oh, we're just friends. We're not, not together anymore, whatever. But it seems like maybe they stayed in contact. Maybe what we got is secure, been a part of toxic love. It tore us apart. So the toxic love tore us apart. Things you want, I'm not looking for. You're my best friend now. It feels like that's her. So let's see here. So many of these annotations are making references to previous songs in other albums. So that's not a helpful annotation right there. No. That's the impression I'm getting. That this song is about the original love interest and they're now friends. You're my best friend. We're not going to do that thing anymore. We're not going to fall in love anymore. We're not going to do that. And so now maybe what if the triangle, but what if this duality that he's always struggled with is, instead of the love interest and all these temptresses, now he's got his new girlfriend, the movie star, but he also has the previous love interest who's his friend. We're just friends, but now she's trying to now she's catching feelings for him. Which would be strange, right? Because earlier in the album, that's what he originally wanted. And now he's just trying to keep that at bay. I don't want to be responsible for your heart if we fall, because I'll get clumsy and tear it apart. I love you so, but we can't get close. I think he's talking about previous. I think that's what this is about. Previous love interest. I love it when we climax. I would never burn you. I could never hurt you. If we do it like that, don't try to take it further. Focus on the relationship. Get a little sidetracked, catching a little feelings. Thought we had arrangements. Thought you weren't like that. Which, that part makes sense because she left him because he was mistreating her, which very reasonable, obviously. So, yeah, this is interesting. It feels like things are starting to spiral a little bit in terms of their relationship, if that's what's going on. Friends no more, sex as friends no more. You don't want to have sex as friends no more. Yeah. What we got is secure, bit apart, toxic. Oh, so he's just repeating the same lyrics. Yeah. Okay. So it feels like, oh, shit. Now, the funny part being, how does his side play into this? You would think on the surface level he would be excited. Oh, yay, the person I really love now wants to be with me again. So where's this hesitation? Well, you have to think back to the Quincy, what was the Tale by Quincy? I feel like at least the impression I'm getting is because he has hurt her before, he doesn't want to do it again. He knows he hasn't fixed himself yet. It says right here, If your heart, I don't want to be responsible for your heart because if we fall, because I'll get clumsy and tear it apart. So it feels like even though he does want to be with her, there's also this almost like layer of trying to protect her from him because he hasn't fixed himself yet. Maybe. I don't know. Cool song. Cool time. You guys, I'm just having so much fun. This is so much fun for me. Oh, shit. I almost fucked up. Okay. We're going to let the last bit of Best Friends play out, and we'll let it roll into track 10, which is There Someone Else? So let me back it up just a smidge here. Okay. I'll actually do it right. I'll do the transition right. It'd be great if there's no transition. Oh, there is. Oh, yeah. That was cool. Oh, weird vocals, though. I wonder if the vocals being different is supposed to represent her.
I know that you're hiding something from me that's been close to yours. Now felt it creeping up every day, baby, right from the start. I know that look you give when we're fighting. I don't deserve someone loyal to me. Don't you think I see? Now I don't want
Good
to
kind of just
be a
patient
prisoner to
tempo.
who
I like that it's
used to
open
be.
here.
Was there a change
Not too
from
much
grace to
sound.
better?
Just kind of chilled out a bit.
'Cause I wanna be with you forever, forever.
I can't tell what this part is saying. I like the, I guess it's a keyboard or a synth, but it's a very beefy sound coming out of that. Oh, cool. Cool. No? Oh, it does. It just rolls right into Starry Eyes. Okay, that's kind of neat. Kind of neat, too, at the end, how the notes had like a clip to it, where there's like gaps in there. All right, on the opening part of this track, there was this really high-pitched vocal, and I couldn't really tell what it was saying. I was assuming it was reading off these lyrics. I know you're hiding something from me that's been close to your heart. I feel like creeping every day right from the start. I know that look you give me when we're fighting, because I used to be the one who was like... And I wondered, that high vocal, that high pitch, was that her saying those lyrics to him? To him. But then, if he's dating a movie star, it seems like she would know that, probably. Especially if they're friends. Like, she would probably know that he's seen somebody. So I think it does make more sense that he is asking her these things. Especially, too, when you get into the chorus. You know, I need to know if you're hurting him or hurting me. That's a great question right there. Although odd, right? Like, imagine you're in a situation where you know the person you're with or you want to be with is also seeing somebody else. But then they tell you, oh, no, I'm not hurting you. You're my main. I'm hurting him. He's not. Like, oh, well, never mind then. Everything's totally fine. Please continue banging this guy on the side. Like, no, it still don't work for me. Sorry. Oh, you're not hurting me. Okay, great. Anyway, just kind of a funny idea, in my opinion. If I ain't with you, I don't want to be. Is there someone else or not? And then, but that is also odd, isn't it? Because he's got his movie star girlfriend. So isn't that kind of strange? Where if you're seeing someone else, that's a problem for me. But I'm also going to continue seeing someone else while I'm with you. strange. Very, very strange. Anyway, I'm just kind of pointing that out because it sticks out to me. It's not a problem. It's just strange to me. I know you're hiding something from me, and I felt it creeping up every day right from the start. I know that look you give when we're fighting because I used to be the one who was lying. And therein, of course, is a good element of truth, right? When with After Hours, he's the one running around behind her back and, of course, lying to her and all this other shit, which is why she left. There you go. I don't deserve someone loyal to me. Don't you think I see? I don't want to be a prisoner to who I used to be. I swear I've changed my ways for the better because I want to be with you forever. So that's important, especially with some of the things that have been happening in this album in terms of like trying to fix these core problems that lead to these vicious, toxic cycles of love, essentially. Okay, so then that's it. Again, this is another great example of a song being great on its own, standalone, but also an element to the album flow, the story arc in the album. Because that was a big hit. There's 670 million listens on that one. So, obviously very popular as a single, and it works great as a single, and it's another little into the story as well. So I love that he does that. He does this very well, very well. Let's move into Starry Eyes, which is actually just dumped right into Max Martin, Oscar Holter, The Weeknd, 10 Tricks Point Never. Did I back it up already? Yeah, okay. And it was cool, subtle transition from the end of Someone Else to Starry Eyes too. Well done there. This is a quick ride, 2.5 minutes. I'll probably just let it play all the way through.
I only met you in my dreams before, when I was young and alone in the world. You were there.
I like these like muted notes that are hitting.
Call my girl, and now you're my reality. Oh, oh, oh. Let me be there. Let me be there for your heart. Let me be there. I can be there until you're home. You weren't touched by a man in so long, 'cause the last time it was way too strong. Let me be there.
I don't know why, but I just thought this reminds me of Phantom of the Opera a little bit for some reason. Maybe it's just the way they're hitting these keyboard synth notes so hard.
Make it my responsibility. And now I'm so cynical. Baby, break me. Get me.
God, the sound is just swallowing, which is great. Just engulfed in sound. Oh, it doesn't transition. Okay, interesting. So, let me be there for you. Let me be there for your heart. Let me be there. And what happens? The music hits. And to me, I feel like it's like a symbol of, not a symbol, but like reminiscent of just falling, surrendering, just into the abyss type of a thing. Also, we have to remember too, what was it, the Don FM, like some of these outros with Jim Carrey, before you're completely engulfed in the blissful embrace of that little light you see in the distance. And this is, the little outtake by Jim Carrey at the end there. Am I back in the right one? Starry Eyes? Yeah. Doesn't that sound feel like being engulfed in the blissful, how does he say it? Blissful embrace of that little light? Just surrounded by it, right? Surrounded by it. And he's finally given in. Oh, shit. Let me be there. I'll love you. I'll be there. I'll love you like you need. I'll make it my responsibility. I'll be there every step of the way. I'll get back in your feet. Let me love you. And then you can kick me to the curb. And in a way, if you think of the concept of purgatory, if you think of the concept of suffering for your sins before you go to heaven, We've had elements of sacrifice in this album. Tiny mentions, but they're in there. Isn't this kind of his version of that? I'm going to sacrifice myself. I'm going to suffer. I'm going to pay for my sins. I'm going to go through the pain of you kicking me to the side because I deserve that, because I did that to you, type of a thing. But I'll be there for you and I'll love you, and then you can break my heart. Like it's my turn to go through this, type of a deal. That's how it comes off to me, which is cool. I love how much he just dives into this shit, man. And you know, yesterday I did the new Don Toliver album, Heartstone Psycho, which was good. And I was getting really carried away with like trying to find a theme and a story in the album. It's fun. It's fun. So if I'm completely off base on this, okay, so be it. But I enjoy digging through this kind of shit. But man, the way those notes hit, wow, they're just so much sound, you know? It's like being engulfed in flame and fire, in the pain of love. Okay, track 12 is called Every Angel is Terrifying. Matt Cohen, The Weeknd, 10 Tricks Point Never. Here we go, track 12. Every Angel is Terrifying. This is another short one too, just under 3 minutes. I'll probably let it go all the way through. We'll see. Ooh. Searing sound. Carterizing sound. Ah, yeah. This is cool.
Who, if I cried out, would hear me among the angels' order, while we stand in wonder, we're annihilated.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Every angel is terrified.
This is wild. So I wanted something that has been popping in my mind throughout this album that I haven't mentioned, and I've wanted to, but I'm like, no, that's just silly. But it's just been popping into my mind, and now I feel like it's here. Is on the Thor movie, Ragnarok, the one where, Ragnarok, but where he goes to the planet. Oh God, Jeff Goldblum is the character, is the actor. I forget the character's name. And the planet's ruled by Jeff Goldblum, and like he gets picked up. He's on the chair. He's in the chair, and he's gonna meet the Supreme Master or whatever the fuck it's called. It's been a while since I watched that movie. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. You're meeting the Grand Master. Prepare your. And Thor's all freaking out. And you know that movie has a cool like kind of 80s aesthetic with the sound and style and stuff too, a little bit. There's been little bits in this album that makes me think of that movie, and I wonder if, God, when did that come out? That was well before this. I wonder if The Weeknd was like, this movie's fucking cool, man. Like, I wonder if he just kind of like, I'm gonna take little bits and just kind of put this in. It feels like that. It feels. I mean, it could be totally coincidental as well. But I would not be surprised if The Weeknd is a huge fan of that movie. But like, this feels like that scene where Thor's in the chair. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Let me back it up a little bit because we're like right in the intense part, and we'll just drop into it again because this shit's intense.
While we stand in wonder, we're annihilated.
Prepare yourself. You are meeting the Grand Master in 5, 4. Prepare yourself.
Every angel is terrified.
This is fucking crazy.
Intense, graphic, sexy, euphoric, provocative, edgy, thought-provoking, technically and visually stunning. A compelling work of science fiction. A suspenseful expose. Cinema like you've never seen it before.
Don't say we didn't warn you.
The wait is over. Call 1-800-414-4444. That's 1-800-444-4444 now to order Afterlife. $4.95 plus. Now. To order Afterlife. Plus $3.79 shipping and handling. Now.
Let's pause it here. Actually, I'm going to back it up about a couple seconds. We'll let it roll into. I was wondering, like, this one has by far the least amount of listens, 42 million. I was like, oh, is this just like a shitty song? Or no, it's not even a song. So, but what the fuck is going on? Like, what is the point of this? Let's read the summary rather than me trying to figure it out. Here's the summary. The title of the song likely refers to a line from whatever, a book, I suppose. It's a poem. The poem represents Rilke's contemplation of the immaterial world. Heavenly creatures in the unknown. Okay. Oh, Jesus, I don't even want to read I don't even want to read this. Like, I'm aware I'm being a hypocrite in reading other people's ideas and comments about a song, while I also get completely carried away about my own ideas and comments about a song or an album or whatever. But sometimes some of these genius annotations, I'm like, where the fuck are you guys getting this from? Anyway. So he contrasts, Rilke, however you pronounce it, contrasts these concepts with the human condition, which he sees as poor and limited to what humans experience in the material existence. Considering the beauty of angels, he concludes that humans would be terrified if they came into contact with such beings whose beauty is beyond imagination. Abel uses this interpretation of heavenly beings to describe the overall themes of the album and a fictional movie titled Afterlife. It also contains a spoken interlude, by the director. Okay. Okay. Let me ponder on this. Every angel is terrifying. I would take this as, with the previous track, the context of the previous track, especially when on that chorus, when he says, "Let me be there for you. Let me be there for your heart." And the notes really hit. And you take in the idea from Jim Carrey, before you're completely engulfed in that blissful embrace. I take Every Angel is Terrifying as that. This really fucking wild. Although with everything that's happened in this one, I don't know how the fuck that applies. But the idea of Every Angel is Terrifying. If he truly sees this person in his life as an angel, and this is a person who can destroy him because of her beauty and because of his love for her, that in itself is a terrifying experience, right? That's a full surrender. That's a giving your life for this other creature. Especially if you're approaching it with the idea of, I need to suffer, I need to endure the pain I put her through. Now, with the rest of this, I have no fucking idea. This whole afterlife thing. I don't know what to make of this. Unless this is a hint at the album that's coming. If the third part of the trilogy would be called Afterlife, which would make sense, but I don't know. Yeah, okay. Well, let's move on. I don't know. Track 13 is called Don't Break My Heart. Oh, I have to feed out of the other one too. Looks like it's all the same producers. Yeah. Let's finish up Every Angel is Terrifying, and we'll roll into Don't Break My Heart. Yeah. Nice. Oh, trippy. It kind of dumps the beat, though. I was hoping it would hold that beat a bit.
I see you drowning in the purple lights, diamonds shining bright. I see every eyes on you. You snatch my soul, I'm crucified. I feel paralyzed. Don't break my heart. Don't let me down. Please, don't you break my heart.
Cool song.
She wasn't right for me, and to me, I kept coming back for more. I'd rather you would die for me. Destiny. And this time I know for sure. Just don't break my heart. Don't let me down, please.
Something I'm noticing is his voice has changed again. He's had somewhat distinct vocal pitches, or whatever you want to call it. He has used different tones of voice throughout this album. And it's kind of surprising to me that he's saying "don't break my heart" when he was saying before, do break my heart, essentially. Don't let me down. But maybe he is so terrified by his own love. I see you drowning in the purple lights. What the fuck does that mean? There is could be read as another allusion to Prince's Purple Rain. Okay. It could be. All right, cool. Diamond shining bright. See every ice on you. You snatch my soul. I'm crucified. I feel paralyzed. I'm so mesmerized by you. So maybe take the idea of the album. Maybe he has fully surrendered to this thing, and now he didn't realize, oh shit, I'm like completely paralyzed by this girl. I know you're right for me. I keep coming back. But then you got the second verse. I can't take another heartbreak or I'll end it all. The girl I used to love, we broke up in the club and I almost died. In the discotheque. I don't know what the fuck that means here. This seems like more references to Starboy, apparently, according to that. Anyway, just noting his voice change again. But let's keep rolling.
Don't you break my heart. I don't know.
I like the little
I believe the liquor's talking. I just need the room to stop, and I could be the one you want, just as long as you don't break my heart.
When I kissed your neck.
I don't know if I can take it anymore. Don't break my heart.
I love the don't you.
Don't you break my heart. I don't know if I can take it anymore.
I kind of like this part. It chills out a bit. Is he going to roll into the next one? Looks like it. Oh, no, not really. It just kind of sits there. Okay. I believe the liquor's talking. I just need the room to stop. I could be the one you want as long as you don't break my heart. And then at the bottom here, I realize when I kissed your neck, the room is hot. I can taste your sweat. It's just you and I in the disco. I don't know how to pronounce that. Tech. But earlier, he's talking about the last girl I loved, the girl I used to love. We broke up in the club. I almost died in the discotheque. So what was this annotation again? So I'll actually read it this time. Considering the references of Starboy songs here, this line could be referring about his altercation with the boyfriend of the girl he desires in the 2016 album trailer video Mania. Jesus Christ. I thought I was like digging. Oh my God. We're going into trailer videos. It could also mean following the story of this era about his night at the club where he met a girl, which take his breath to the point of pass out, ending up tied up by kind of... fuck if I know. Okay. Fuck if I know. Don't break my heart. Okay. That song was cool. It's fine. Not my favorite. It's fine. I think my favorite still is Take My Breath. That shit was fucking amazing. Super good. Let's keep going. There's only 3 songs left. Track 14 is called I Heard You're Married. I Heard You're Married. And we just got off a song called Don't Break My Heart. So who is married? It's got Lil Wayne in here, and it looks like it's the same production crew. Calvin Harris is in here as well. Dropping into track 14, I Heard You're Married. Here we go. This song needs to be on GTA 6. The Vice City. This absolutely needs to be on GTA 6. It's got the perfect sound for the aesthetic.
The way you hypnotize me, I could tell. You've been in control. You manifested this, but girl, I blame myself. Things I should've known. Ooh, I heard you're married, girl.
Great sound. I love when The Weeknd hangs out in these higher notes. He just sounds so good at these higher notes.
If you don't love him, then do yourself a favor and just leave it. Your number in my phone, I'm gonna delete it.
I like this one. I like the beat. This is great.
Deceiving. And it kills me that I'm sharing you. Oh, I heard you're married, girl.
Yeah, this is great.
I knew that this was too good to
But it's cool because it's got the good rich sound and it's poppy, but it's just a little chilled out.
I can't be with you. No, I can't be with you. You're too deceiving, girl. Oh, I can't be with you. No, I can't be with you. You're too deceiving.
All right, here comes Lil Wayne too.
Can't be your savage, that shit ain't fly, bitch. Can't be your pilot, can't be your private. Make me your obvious. If I ain't your husband, I can't be your hybrid. I heard you married. I bet he treat you like Virgin Mary. You like it dirty and I'm dirty Harry. I thought we was some lovers, canaries. Word to Larry, but I can't fuck with you. You put my love on the line and hang up on you. That's a long kiss goodbye, got a tongue to shoot. And when doves cry, we ain't got enough tissue. I'm still in love with you. Where the love at? You walk down the aisle, I can make you run back. Like fuck that. Where the love at?
That's a good line.
Tell hubby I kill him, no hubcap.
Walk down the aisle, I can make you run back.
Well, and I hate it. I heard you're married, girl.
This shit's cracking me up, man.
You had me wrapped around your feet.
It's a great song. Great sound.
I heard you're married, girl.
But I am quite entertained by the idea of her being married is too far. I can't do that. Oh, God. Looks like it just fades out. You know, initially I was like, this is ridiculous, right? Like, oh, you're married and now I can't be with you because you're married. Like when you had a boyfriend, that's fine, no big deal, right? As long as you're hurting him, you're not hurting me. But you're married, oh, that's just right. But when you think about it, you know, you're too deceiving. Whether or not this other person's in a relationship, you know, whether or not that person's married, like to me, it's kind of the same thing. It doesn't really matter, right? Like if I'm gonna be with somebody, I don't want other people around, obviously. But it does make sense from the point of view of, God, you're married and you're cheating. Like you're cheating on the person you chose to marry. That means all the things that you said to that person are total bullshit, basically. That is very deceiving. So I can agree with the Weeknd on that page at least. It's just funny. Like I feel very naive because my wife and I have been married for coming up on 22 years. 22 years. And it's been a very happy, healthy marriage. Not always happy. There were tough times, man. Being in the military was tough. When I was working night shift, fucking that was tough, man. It's just there's been stretches that were hard, you know, and that's okay. There's no perfect marriage out there, but overall, man, we have a great relationship. So I am very naive in the sense of like all these love triangles and people dating people while seeing other people, while screwing people on the side and stuff like. What the fuck are you guys talking about? Like, I have no idea what that world is like. And I am A-okay with that. I have no interest in knowing that world. No, thank you. No, thank you. If you don't love him, then do yourself a favor and just leave him. Yeah, that makes sense. Your number in my phone, I'm going to delete it. I'm way too grown for that deceiving. I'm sure you have your issues and your reasons. But why are you even with him if you're cheating? Yeah. That's something I've never understood. Well, I mean, with marriage, I suppose there is the legal aspect where going through a divorce, fucking pain in the ass, you know, and assets are getting split up and all that stuff. So sure. But I do wonder sometimes, why do people get married? Like, I'm always very shocked / confused when these young athletes get married. You know, it's like, really? Really? You're going to get married? Okay. You got millions of dollars and you're in top physical form and you're famous and, oh, okay. And you spend a lot of your time traveling to different cities to play other teams. You're going to get married? Okay. Okay. Good luck. Best of luck. Lil Wayne. Can't be your side bitch. That shit ain't fly. Can't be your pilot. Can't be your private. Make me your obvious. Yeah. If I ain't your husband, I can't be your hybrid. That's a cool little play right there. What was the other one I liked? What was the Dove's Cry? I feel like I should know that reference. Prince. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know any Prince songs. You walk down the aisle, I can make you run back. Like, fuck that, where the love at. And tell hubby I'll kill him, no hubcap. Oh, Jesus. Okay. That was a cool song. I like that one. 2 left. It looks like Less Than Zero is fairly popular as well. Almost 290 million streams. One Tricks Point Never, Max Martin. Oscar Holder. Same. Pretty good consistency with the production crew on this album. Track 15, Less Than Zero. Let's drop in. Here we go. 2 songs left. Oh, yeah.
Remember I was your
Yeah.
hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd wear your heart like a symbol.
I like
I couldn't
kind of a softness to this beat. I like.
From my darkest truth of all.
Oh, of course. Get those fucking keyboards in there.
I know I'll always be less than zero. Cause I can't get it out of my head. No, I can't shake this feeling that crawls in my bed. I try to hide it, but I know you know me.
Yeah. Super fucking catchy. Super. This keyboard, it's almost cheesy. Almost. It's great.
In your arms.
Oh, these ascending keys are so great. This chorus, super catchy.
No, I can't shake this feeling that crawls in my bed.
God damn, dude. So good. So catchy. I want to tell a story with Blinding Lights. I remember a couple years ago, my aunt was visiting, and I put on Blinding Lights. It came up. We were talking about it, and I had known that song for a while before listening to the album. And I put it on. She's like, "Oh, this is a cover." I was like, I don't know. I don't think this is a cover. She's like, yeah, no, this is a cover. I've heard this before. This is a cover. Well, who did the original? Oh, and she couldn't think of it. I was like, I don't think this is a cover. She's like, no, this is the cover. But it was so great because something the Weeknd does is, I don't know all of his eras and all this other stuff, right? But like with this current era, this 80s aesthetic, he takes something that sounds so retro and modernizes it. And he does it so well, it sounds like a fucking hit from 40 years ago. And you're like, oh, no, I know this song. No, this is an original song. No. But he captures it so well. You swear up and down, oh, yeah, this is like a remake of that one. No, man, no. It's just straight up original. It just sounds so good. Let me click and make sure I'm not like, it'd be funny if, oh, yeah, this is a cover of so-and-so. On this disco pop track. Yeah, okay. So as a cinephile able is, the title is likely a nod to 1987's Less Than Zero, starred by Robert Downey Jr. Okay, so that's a nod to a movie, but this isn't a cover. This isn't a remake. But it just has that sound, man. It has that sound of a hit from 40 years ago being reimagined. It's so cool that he can do this. And again, this is another example, I've said this like 4 or 5 times now, of this song can stand alone on its own, but obviously has its place in the story arc for the album too. He's fucking brilliant at that. Like, I feel like however people feel about this album as a whole, according to, you know, the discography that The Weeknd has, goddamn, I feel like, because I haven't heard everything, I've heard most of the stuff. I feel like with this album, he's really like in stride with this idea of every song is going to be like a standalone hit potential, while also being a story or a part of the story for the album. That's incredible. And he's, again, done such an excellent job of having lyrics that are relevant to what he's telling, the story that he's telling, but also lyrics that are just open, easy to digest, straightforward, apply to anybody, so you can listen to it, you can love it, it applies to your life, you can connect with it, you know? That's always the downside with some of these albums where they get really wrapped up in their specific story. You like the song, but you can't connect to it as a person because it's clearly not about you, you know? I'm going to back it up a little bit and we'll just keep banging along. This is a great song.
I can't get it out of my head.
Nice. Hold on, don't stop the beat, bro. Keep it going. Drop it into some strumming.
You tried your best with me, I know.
Yeah, that was fucking great. That was great. I like that one a lot. Kind of fascinating too. You know, can we meet in the middle? You were just like me before. Now you'd rather leave me than watch me die in your arms. These poor, I mean, it's a story, but I'm sure there's some truth to it in terms of his life and stuff, but it's like, these poor people, man, it's so bad. It's unfortunate that we as a species are very good at complicating love, you know, rather than just love. Oh, well, makes for fun stories. I can't shake this feeling that crawls in my bed. I try to hide it, but I know you know me. I try to fight it, but I'd rather be free. Remember when I was your hero? I couldn't save you from my darkest truth of all. I'll always be less than zero. You tried your best with me. I know I couldn't face you with my darkest truth of all. So what is the darkest truth of all? I wonder if he's going to get to that or if that's going to be part of the next album. Well, there is one more song. It's Phantom Regret by Jim. And it looks like it's all spoken word by Jim Carrey. Okay. Let's check this out. We'll wrap up the album here and we'll get into context. Well, the normal thing, closing thoughts and all that shit. Here we go. Final track, Phantom Regret by Jim. Looks like it's the same production crew. Yeah, here we go. Track 16.
You're tuned to Dawn FM, the middle of nowhere on your dial. So sit back and unpack. You may be here a while. Now that all future plans have been postponed, and it's time to look back on the things you thought you owned, do you remember them well? Were you high or just stoned? You may not have died in the way that you must.
God, the
all
sound.
specters are haunted by their own lack of trust. When you're all out of time, there's nothing but space. No hunting, no gathering, no nations, no race. And heaven is closer than those tears on your face. When the purple rain falls, we're all bathed in its grace. Heaven's for those who let go of regret. And you have to wait here when you're not all there yet. Consider the flowers. They don't try to look right. They just open their petals and turn to the light. Are you listening real close? Heaven's not that, it's this. It's the depth of this moment. You don't reach for bliss. In other words, you gotta be heaven to see heaven. May peace be with you.
Fascinating. Well, let's think about this a little bit. I like the part about the flowers. Consider the flowers. They don't try to look right. They just open their petals and turn to the light. That's the best. I of this whole bit, I like that the most. It's the most straightforward. It's the simplest part. It's funny because sometimes it's so simple it's hard to explain, right? And I'm laughing at myself right now because I'm thinking of what I just said earlier of how good we are at complicating things like love. Let it go. Let it go. Just be, man. Just be. Regrets. Heaven's closer than those tears on your face. Yeah. If pain's living on you when your body's long gone and your phantom regret hasn't let it go yet, you may not have died in the way that you must. All specters are haunted by their own lack of trust. Heaven's for those who let go of regret. Yep, let it go. Let it go. You have to wait here when you're not all there yet. It's weird. It's just a fear. And sometimes I wonder, a fear of what? What are we afraid of? I was watching something, or no, it was on Reddit. It was some like comic or something on Reddit. It was somebody talking about their social anxiety and all this other shit. And it reminded me of another thing I had seen where the person was, it was like a YouTube clip or something, but the person was talking about how they used to think so many people were paying attention to them and they had all this anxiety of it. And, they were so nervous to go out in public because they thought everyone was looking. No one's watching. No one cares. No one's paying any attention. I mean, I feel like it's this weird duality of we're all aware of how like disconnected and disassociated we are from each other and how no one cares and everyone's trying to just make it on their own and survive and get by and all this other shit. But at the same time, there are all these people surrounded with this anxiety of everyone's paying attention and everyone's watching what they're doing. Like, no one fucking cares, man. No one cares. And even if they do, even if they are watching, they just see you. They don't see all the flaws and imperfections and all the things you've ever done wrong in your entire life. They just go, oh, there's a person. Oh, there's Bob. He's bald. There he is. That's it. That's it. Let it go. But what does that mean in the context of the album? I feel like he's trying to speak to us here, which is good. I think he's sharing his own experience, his own pain, his own inability to let go, and trying to pass that on as an example for us to hopefully see and learn from. But I am very curious with the album concluding like this. Man, I'm looking forward to this new one. I'm looking forward to the new one. I want to see how he wraps up the trilogy. I'm just going to sit here and go, That was fun, man. 2 hours. All right. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. I'm glad I sat down with this. I'm glad I got into the Weeknd. It's funny because every now and then I'll pop in on Discord or I get messages on Patreon or Twitter and people are like, stop. No more fucking Weeknd, please. Like, you didn't have to fucking deal with it, guys. Sorry. I like the Weeknd. I'm a fan of the Weeknd. So, if I want to listen to it, I'm going to listen to it. Yeah. There you go. It's just fucking fun. Okay. All right. Well, if you are on Patreon, if you're seeing this on Patreon, tomorrow I'm going to sit down with the music videos. So that will be Patreon only. I'll do it in the morning, kind of the same timeline. So if you guys are catching this in real time today, tomorrow, about the same time is when the videos will be done too. Okay. All right, y'all. Take care. Good times. New Weeknd will be coming somewhat soon. I'll do that one in real time if I can. I've got some trips coming up too, so there's going to be a couple Fridays where I have to like pre-record stuff to keep continuity for the channel. Hopefully he doesn't drop on one of the Fridays I'm gone. I'll send him an email. I'll text him, hey, just push it back a week, bro. Now, in terms of like his rollout for the album, I don't know if I'll do the single. I found I'm not a huge fan of just doing singles. I like this. I like getting into the meat and potatoes of an album, of a story, especially with him. But at the same time, I feel like he would do a good job of rolling stuff out, rolling singles out, doing videos. So I might participate in the rollout. I probably will, now that I think about it, because it'll be interesting. And what the thing is with the singles, like I can just do the video and then not listen to the song again. I've gotten very good at that. It's just part of my normal life of not listening to music because I have to wait for this or that and the other. So I probably will do the rollout. It'll be fun. Yeah. Okay. All right. Take care. We'll see you soon.